Okay, part two of the angels talk. Angels are created beings who worship God. Part of the purpose of the book of Hebrews was to correct people who were worshiping angels. Never do that. Angels are not beings that we worship, but we can welcome them as part of God's cosmic family. You know, wherever there's a counterfeit response or application of a biblical truth, there is also a correct response. So, in speaking in tongues, for instance, Paul corrects the misuse of the gift of tongues, and then he says, oh, and here's how to use it correctly. Use it privately. He says, I pray in tongues more than you all. So don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. So don't ignore blessings in the Bible because certain people reject that idea because it's not their experience. Well, maybe their experience needs to grow a little bit. The book of Hebrews also describes in their worship experience, we have come to Mount Zion. Not someday we will come, but this is happening now. And then various aspects of Mount, that means just coming into the presence of God. Mount Zion is a symbol of God's presence from the Old Testament. Part of what's happening there on Mount Zion is there are innumerable angels in festal gathering, partying angels, worshiping and celebrating. Why would you refuse part of the army of God's servants in this universe? Why would you refuse help? You wouldn't want to refuse messages from them or protection from them or encouragement from them, or like, think of Peter. He went to jail because he was preaching. So an angel walks in the jail, slaps him on the side with his sword. Wake up, Peter. It's time to get out of here. And that's pretty good help. Guess what? Angels haven't changed. Angels are still here. They're still God's servants being sent by God to help life be easier. Guardian angels are still around. So you might want to pray and say, Lord, I invite you to use angels in my life however you might want to. It's you that I worship, but I welcome angels. As we see in the Bible, angels were welcomed as friends. So angels are your friends.